In the book of Exodus, there's this scene where God's people are out of slavery from the Egyptians, and they have finally been freed, and they're on their way to the promised land, and they're fleeing from Pharaoh and his army that end up regretting what they did, so they went after God's people. And there's this moment where they are stuck because the route that they went to has to cross over the sea, but they're all traveling by foot. And God tells him, God tells Moses to stretch his hand out and that he will separate the waters so that they can pass through. And so Moses does so, and it says that that God had separated the waters so they can come forward. In Exodus 14, it says, "Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord swept the sea back by a strong east wind all night and turned the sea into dry land. So the waters were divided. The sons of Israel went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and the waters were like a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. Then the Egyptians took up the pursuit, and all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen went in after them in the midst of the sea. At the morning watch, the Lord looked down on the army of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and cloud and brought the army of Egyptians into confusion. He caused their chariot wheels to swerve, and he made them drive with difficulty. So the Egyptians said, 'Let us flee from Israel, for the Lord is fighting for them against the Egyptians.' Then the Lord said to Moses, 'Stretch out your hand over the sea so that the waters may come back over the Egyptians, over their chariots and their horsemen.' So Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its normal state at daybreak, while the Egyptians were fleeing right into it. Then the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea." I love the scene of this because it just goes to show that when we are in the protection of God's glory or in the protection of God's presence, we can go through anything and his hand will be over us. Like, think about the Israelites crossing over, and it says that the waters were like walls to their left and to their right. So can you imagine seeing the waters and just knowing if God's hand protection is gone, these waters are going to crush over me. And not only that, if the waters stay up, but behind us is the Egyptian army that want to kill us, and yet God's protection is stopping them, and the waters end up crushing over them. So you literally have this depiction of God's life taking his people, his life given to them while death is surrounded, while chaos is all around them. And but being in God's protection, being in God's plan, he's going to take care of them. I think that that's what God wants to do with us today, for us today, every day. And he's just telling us, hey, I want to protect you. I want to give you life. Death is all around us. Chaos is all around us. But if my protection is over you, you have nothing to worry about and you can move forward in the plans that I have for you. So today, will you just spend some time asking God, God, will you allow me to see the walls that I've been worried about? And will you show me that your protection is over me and that you're guiding me through the waters? You're guiding me through the chaos, through everything that is surrounding me, yet your hand is over me. So pray that today, spend time with him today, and think upon those things.